My name's Nicole Webb. I'm presenting my MSN Capstone for Nursing Leadership Program. I'm going to share my PowerPoint with you at this point. My capstone project is going to cover ESI triage training in the emergency department. The problem that was identified was a lack of knowledge and inconsistent use of the ESI triage system in the ED. The background problem involved a lack of standardized training and inconsistent use of the current triage system, which resulted in a lack of trust with the current process with the ED physicians. There was no standardized ESI class available. The training was done on the job and was very subjective from trainer to trainer. The rationale for the innovation was the standardized evidence-based ESI triage training class. This will improve the consistency of triage decision-making, improving quality of care, and patient safety in the emergency room. A comprehensive literature research was completed. The evidence was clear that standardized initial ESI triage training and annual competency was the best practice to ensure the consistency and accuracy of the triage nurse. Implementation of this standardized training will improve not only the accuracy and consistency of the triage, but it will improve the throughput of patients in the department and ultimately affect the bottom line through patient satisfaction, quality, and the left without being seen rates that we monitor routinely. As I stated earlier, comprehensive literature search was completed. 30 sources were included in this study. A couple of the literature researches that were key included key factors influenced quality triage training was clinical information, education, experience of the triage nurse, characteristics, attitudes, and overall environment of care. The education and experience of the triage nurse was identified as a key component for accurate triage. If the nurse does not properly understand the system used or has very little experience in using the system, the accuracy of the triage will decline. This was according to Stanfield. In 2013, there was a literature review conducted by Dato, and it was demonstrated that correct training, tools, and continuous education in the triage system is mandatory for accuracy. The triage nurse must possess accurate clinical judgment and skills to properly make the triage decision. How did this research and this project bridge the gap with current practice? It involved the current practice involved on-the-job training. It did not have any formal standardized ESI triage training. And after completing the research for this project, it demonstrated the validity of standardized mandatory ESI triage training for every nurse in the ED. The evidence was clear that effective training would significantly improve the triage accuracy, consistency, and overall improve the quality and safety of patient care. Furthermore, evidence-based recommendations helped bridge the gap from current practice to what is proven by evidence, improving patient outcomes, patient satisfaction in the emergency department. The process to develop and launch the Capstone project first included identifying the problem. Next, it was decided to use a plan, do, study, act structure to implement the evidence-based project. A formal needs assessment was completed with frontline nurses, charge nurses, to help identify knowledge gaps and barriers in the triage process. Next, a retrospective chart audit was completed to identify the current state for ESI triage accuracy. The next step involved a comprehensive, vigorous research of evidence-based